You have Donald Trump really weaponizing sport right now and the MAGA movement. We saw him turn up at the Super Bowl, first sitting president, I believe, to attend the Super Bowl. I didn't know until one of my producers told me that he's always wanted to own an NFL team since the 80s, and he was denied.
And to be honest, like, I sort of blame the NFL because we have to deal with Trump in this capacity, because had they just let him own a team, maybe he would not have made
Everything is like petty vengeance, right?
Exactly.
Bitterness.
Correct.
It's like if only Barack Obama hadn't made fun of him that night
right.
at the
We'd
White
all
House
be better
Correspondents'
off.
Dinner.
Like, Barack, keep the joke.
Yeah, so, and then, but what is going on in the sports world? Because I saw Caroline Leavitt, the current White House press secretary, who hasn't yet called for either of us to be fired. She said recently that the White House is going to eliminate special tax breaks for sports team owners. Is that some kind of vengeance? Does Trump have an issue with the people who own sports teams? Because there's this weird statistic that, and correct me if you know more about this than I do, that a lot of the sports teams' owners were actually donors to the Democrats, with the exception to the NBA, but that's because Miriam Adelson skewed it all, the pro-Israel donor who owns a basketball team. So what is going on with Trump and some of these sports owners?
So it's actually kind of surprising because Jerry Jones, Stephen Ross, who owns the Miami Dolphins, these are big Trump supporters. You know, there's this capitulation that happens. So part of the reason that Colin Kaepernick won his collusion lawsuit against the NFL, because there was very direct evidence of the fact that Donald Trump told Jerry Jones, the owner of the Cowboys, he told him that the protest was a winning issue for him and that they would be best to silence Colin Kaepernick and other players who protested because they were in fear of Trump targeting the NFL. But more importantly, what people need to understand about this go-round is that before the sports, there was a lot of opposition to Trump that first go-round. You had LeBron James calling Trump a bum. You had Steph Curry saying, hey, I ain't going to the White House.
And a lot of teams didn't show up at the White House.
A lot of teams
Golden
did not.
State Warriors, Philadelphia Eagles.
Yep, a lot of teams didn't go. But this time around, I think it's going to be different. I think
capitulation?
There's a capitulation that's already there. Like today, as we're recording this podcast, they're having the Black History Month celebration at the White House. Guess who's there? And loud and proud of Tiger Woods.